365 days with self-discipline. Imagine, for a moment, a year of your life minus 365 days lived with unwavering discipline. Picture the possibilities. But let us not confuse discipline with punishment. Discipline is the framework within which human potential thrives. It is not about restricting your life, but about enabling it, empowering it, and orienting it towards something meaningful. Discipline begins with one fundamental realization: you are responsible for yourself. No one else can carry the full weight of your existence. Your choices, your actions, and your habits shape not only your immediate life, but the very trajectory of your future. This is a heavy burden, but it is also a liberating truth. If your life feels chaotic or directionless, discipline is the tool that brings order out of chaos. And how does one live disciplined? Start small. It is the little consistent actions, choosing to get out of bed on time, saying no to distractions, finishing what you start, that build the foundation of a disciplined life. Over days, weeks, and months, these seemingly minor choices compound. They are the bricks of a structure that becomes resilient, purposeful, and strong. Yet, let's not be naive about it. Discipline is uncomfortable. It requires stepping into discomfort, pushing against the inertia of laziness and fear. But understand, this growth does not occur in comfort. The moment you face resistance is the moment you are presented with an opportunity to grow. The pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. But why? Why subject yourself to this effort and discomfort? Because a disciplined life is a meaningful life. Without discipline, you drift, pulled by every whim and distraction. But with discipline, you align your actions with your values, with what truly matters. You don't just live, you live purposefully. The key is to adopt a long-term perspective. Discipline isn't about achieving quick wins, it's about sustainable growth and fulfillment. When you work on yourself, not just for today, but for the future, you are playing a much bigger game. Life rewards those who think ahead and act with intention. So imagine again, minus 365 days of this. What could you achieve? What kind of person could you become? Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Start today. One decision, one action, one disciplined moment at a time. The rest will follow. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many associate it with punishment or harsh restrictions, a kind of forced compliance that stifles freedom. This perception, however, misses the true essence of discipline. At its core, discipline is not about punishment, it is about creating order, structure, and direction in your life. It is the deliberate cultivation of habits and systems that enable you to achieve meaningful goals and live a purposeful existence. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it is, in fact, its foundation. Without discipline, life becomes chaotic. Imagine a river with no banks; it would spill over, losing its force and direction. The same is true for human potential. Without boundaries and focus, energy dissipates and ambitions remain unrealized. Discipline is the act of building those banks, channeling your efforts in ways that bring order to the chaos of life. This order does not limit you, it empowers you. It enables you to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and make steady progress toward what truly matters. Discipline is not something innate, it is learned and cultivated. At first, it can feel like a foreign concept, an external set of rules imposed upon you. But with time, discipline becomes internalized. It transforms from an obligation into a choice, and eventually into a way of life. When you embrace discipline, you take control of your time, energy, and focus. You move from being reactive, constantly responding to external demands and distractions, to being proactive, intentionally shaping your life. One of the profound truths about discipline is its connection to delayed gratification. It teaches you to forgo immediate pleasures in favor of long-term rewards. This principle is not about deprivation, it is about prioritization. By delaying gratification, you learn to distinguish between fleeting desires and enduring fulfillment. The ability to resist short-term temptations is a hallmark of maturity and wisdom, and discipline is the tool that strengthens this ability. Also redefines the concept of sacrifice. Many people see sacrifice as a loss, but discipline reframes it as an investment. When you sacrifice a moment of comfort or indulgence, you are not losing something, you are gaining something far greater. Whether it's investing time in learning a new skill, saving money for a future goal, or committing to a fitness regimen, discipline helps you see the bigger picture. It enables you to connect today's actions with tomorrow's outcomes, turning sacrifice into a source of empowerment. Another critical aspect of discipline is its role in creating habits. Humans are creatures of habit, and our lives are largely shaped by the routines we follow. Discipline is the key to forming habits that serve you rather than hinder you. At first, building new habits can be challenging. It requires conscious effort and willpower. But over time, disciplined actions become automatic, reducing the mental energy needed to sustain them. This is where the true power of discipline lies, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, consistent practice of positive habits. It also serves as a buffer against chaos and uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. Without discipline, these challenges can overwhelm you, leaving you feeling lost and powerless. But with discipline, you build resilience. You create a sense of stability within yourself, a foundation that anchors you even in turbulent times. Discipline teaches you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, to face adversity with courage and determination. Moreover, discipline is deeply connected to self-respect and self-worth. When you practice discipline, you demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of committing to something meaningful. You prove that your goals and aspirations are worth pursuing, that you are worth the effort. This builds confidence and a sense of agency. The more disciplined you are, the more you trust yourself, and this trust becomes a powerful motivator for further growth. It is important to acknowledge that discipline is not about perfection. It is not about never making mistakes or never faltering. Rather, it is about persistence, getting back on track when you stumble and continuing to move forward despite setbacks. Discipline is a journey, not a destination. It is a process of continuous learning and refinement, a commitment to progress rather than an expectation of flawlessness. Discipline is the gateway to freedom. This may seem paradoxical, but it is profoundly true. True freedom is not the absence of constraints, but the presence of choices. Discipline gives you the power to choose your path, to say yes to what aligns with your values and no to what detracts from them. It frees you from the tyranny of impulsiveness, the burden of regret, and the chaos of an unstructured life. Through discipline, you create the conditions for growth, achievement, and fulfillment. It is not a restriction, it is a liberation. Personal responsibility lies at the heart of self-discipline. It is the recognition that you, and only you, are ultimately accountable for your life. This concept may feel daunting, even overwhelming, because it removes the possibility of blaming external circumstances or other people for your struggles. But it is also deeply empowering. When you accept responsibility, you reclaim control over your destiny. You are no longer a passive participant in your life, but an active architect of your future. Taking responsibility begins with an honest assessment of where you stand. This requires humility and courage, as it involves acknowledging not just your strengths, but also your weaknesses, mistakes, and failures. It means confronting the areas where you may have fallen short, not as a way to shame yourself, but as a way to understand the choices and behaviors that have brought you to this point. Without this clarity, change is impossible. Your responsibility is the foundation upon which growth is built. When you accept responsibility, you align yourself with reality. Life is full of unpredictable events, some of which are beyond your control. However, your response to these events is always within your control. This distinction is critical. You may not be able to change your circumstances, but you can change how you react to them. By focusing on what you can control, your attitude, your decisions, your actions, you shift from a victim mindset to a creator mindset. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I do about this?" It also requires a shift in perspective. It means recognizing that your current situation is the cumulative result of your past choices, both big and small. This is not to say that external factors don't play a role in shaping your life, they certainly do. But even in the face of adversity, you always have a degree of agency. How you interpret events, the meaning you assign to them, and the actions you take in response are entirely up to you. This perspective is liberating because it means that you have the power to change your trajectory. An essential part of personal responsibility is owning your goals and values. Many people drift through life, adopting goals that are imposed on them by society, family, or peers, rather than defining their own. This lack of alignment leads to a sense of dissatisfaction and aimlessness. Responsibility challenges you to ask, what do I truly want? And what is meaningful to me? Once you have clarity on these questions, you can begin to align your actions with your values. Discipline then becomes not a chore, but a tool for achieving what matters most to you. Owning your life also means accepting the consequences of your choices, both positive and negative. This is perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of responsibility because it requires you to confront the reality that your actions have consequences. If you make poor choices, you must deal with the outcomes. But this is not a punishment, it is a learning opportunity. Each mistake is a lesson, each failure a chance to grow. When you take responsibility, you stop fearing failure because you understand that it is not the end, it is a step toward improvement. Personal responsibility extends to how you treat others. Discipline is not just about self-mastery, it is also about how you show up in the world. Are you reliable? Do you keep your promises? Do you contribute positively to your relationships and community? Responsibility means understanding that your actions impact not only your life but also the lives of those around you. It is about being someone others can depend on, someone who acts with integrity and accountability. It is also about consistency. It's not enough to take charge of your life in moments of clarity or motivation. You must do so daily, even when it's difficult. This requires discipline, the ability to stay committed to your principles and goals, regardless of external circumstances. Consistency builds trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you consistently take responsibility, you develop self-respect and confidence in your ability to navigate challenges. Importantly, personal responsibility is not about self-blame or carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It is about empowerment. It is the understanding that while you cannot control everything, you always have choices. You can choose to learn, to grow, to adapt. You can choose to take the next step, even when the path is unclear. Responsibility is not a burden, it is a gift. It is the key to unlocking your potential and creating a life of meaning and purpose. When you embrace personal responsibility, you align yourself with a life of intentionality. You stop being a bystander and become an active participant. You set goals, make plans, and take actions that reflect your values and aspirations. You understand that discipline is not something imposed upon you, it is something you choose because you recognize its value. Responsibility transforms discipline from a struggle into a source of strength. It is the foundation of a life well lived. The power of daily habits cannot be overstated. Habits are the building blocks of our lives, shaping not only what we do but also who we become. They are the actions and behaviors we repeat so often that they become automatic, requiring little conscious thought. In this sense, habits are a double-edged sword. Positive habits can propel you towards success, growth, and fulfillment, while negative ones can anchor you in stagnation or lead you astray. The good news is that habits, whether beneficial or detrimental, are not fixed. They can be cultivated, reshaped, and aligned with your goals through conscious effort and discipline. Daily habits carry an extraordinary power because they operate on the principle of consistency. It is not grand, one-time efforts that define success, but the small, repeated actions performed day after day. Imagine a single drop of water falling onto a rock. One drop does nothing, but over time, consistent drops can wear down the hardest stone. The same is true of your habits. The seemingly insignificant choices you make each day compound over time, creating profound results. This is the essence of what is often referred to as the compound effect. Small improvements repeated consistently yield extraordinary outcomes in the long run. To understand the transformative potential of daily habits, consider how they influence key areas of life such as health, productivity, and relationships. A habit as simple as drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning can set the tone for a day of mindful self-care. A daily walk or workout session contributes not only to physical fitness but also to mental clarity and emotional resilience. Similarly, a habit of dedicating even 15 minutes a day to focused work on a personal or professional project can lead to remarkable progress over weeks, months, and years. These habits, though small in isolation, accumulate into meaningful achievements. Habits are also powerful because they conserve mental energy. The human brain thrives on routines as they reduce the need for constant decision-making. When you establish a habit, it transitions from requiring conscious effort to becoming automatic. This frees up cognitive resources for more complex tasks and decisions. For instance, if you cultivate the habit of starting your day with a clear morning routine, perhaps journaling, meditating, or reviewing your goals, you create a sense of structure and purpose that carries you through the day. Over time, this routine becomes second nature, requiring little mental effort while consistently grounding you in intentionality. The power of daily habits lies not just in what they accomplish, but in what they represent: a commitment to self-improvement and alignment with your values. When you engage in a positive habit consistently, you send a message to yourself that you are capable of discipline and growth. This builds self-trust, a crucial component of confidence. Each time you follow through on a habit, you reinforce the belief that you can depend on yourself to take the necessary steps toward your goals. This self-reinforcing cycle of action and belief is a cornerstone of personal development. Building habits is not always easy. The initial stages require effort and intention. Habits form through a process known as the habit loop, which consists of three components: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers the behavior, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward reinforces the behavior, making it more likely to occur again. For example, if you want to establish the habit of reading every evening, your cue might be setting a book on your nightstand, the routine would be reading a few pages, and the reward could be the satisfaction of gaining knowledge or relaxation before bed. Understanding and intentionally designing this loop can make habit formation more effective. It's also important to recognize that small, incremental changes are more sustainable than drastic overhauls. Attempting to overhaul your life by adopting numerous new habits simultaneously is a recipe for burnout and frustration. Instead, focus on one habit at a time, starting with something manageable. Success in one area creates momentum and builds confidence, making it easier to tackle additional habits. Over time, these small changes accumulate into a profound transformation. The challenge of maintaining habits lies in overcoming inertia and resistance, particularly during moments of fatigue, stress, or doubt. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the bridge between intention and action. It enables you to follow through on your habits even when motivation wanes. By showing up consistently, even when it's difficult, you reinforce the habit and make it more resilient to setbacks. Daily habits also serve as anchors during times of uncertainty or upheaval. When life becomes chaotic, habits provide stability and a sense of normalcy. They ground you in familiar routines, allowing you to navigate challenges with greater composure. This is why establishing foundational habits such as regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep is essential. These habits support your physical and mental well-being, providing a strong foundation upon which to build other aspects of your life. Ultimately, the power of daily habits lies in their cumulative impact. They shape your identity, influence your trajectory, and determine the quality of your life. By choosing habits that align with your values and goals, you create a life of intentionality and purpose. Habits are not merely actions, they are declarations of who you are and who you wish to become. Through consistent, disciplined effort, you harness their transformative power, paving the way for a future of growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Facing resistance and discomfort is an inevitable part of cultivating self-discipline and achieving personal growth. Resistance, both internal and external, is the barrier that stands between you and your goals. Discomfort is the experience of stepping beyond what is familiar, safe, and easy. Together, they are the twin forces that challenge your commitment to change and test your resilience. Yet, these challenges are not merely obstacles to overcome, they are opportunities for growth, strength, and transformation. To fully understand the value of resistance and discomfort, it is essential to reframe how you perceive and respond to them. Resistance often originates from within. It manifests as self-doubt, fear, procrastination, and the voice in your head that questions whether you are capable or deserving of success. This inner resistance is the mind's way of preserving the status quo. Change, even positive change, is perceived as a threat to stability, and the mind naturally resists it. Recognizing this is the first step in overcoming resistance. Understanding that resistance is not a sign of weakness or inadequacy, but a natural part of growth, can help you face it with compassion and determination. Discomfort, on the other hand, arises when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone. It is the physical, emotional, or mental strain of venturing into unfamiliar territory. Whether it is the soreness of muscles after a workout, the anxiety of starting a new project, or the vulnerability of having an honest conversation, discomfort signals that you are doing something challenging. And it is in the midst of this challenge that growth occurs. The comfort zone, by definition, is a place of familiarity and stagnation. To achieve anything meaningful, you must be willing to leave it behind. Resistance and discomfort are not inherently negative. In fact, they are essential for progress. Think about physical exercise. Resistance training strengthens muscles by forcing them to work against an opposing force. Without resistance, muscles would atrophy. The same principle applies to your mental, emotional, and psychological growth. Resistance challenges you to think differently, to adapt, and to persevere. Discomfort, meanwhile, forces you to confront your limitations and expand your capacity. Together, they create the conditions necessary for transformation. The key to navigating resistance and discomfort lies in embracing them rather than avoiding them. Avoidance only reinforces fear and prevents growth. When you shy away from challenges, you miss the opportunity to develop resilience and confidence. On the other hand, when you face resistance head-on and lean into discomfort, you prove to yourself that you are capable of enduring and overcoming difficulties. This builds a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. Facing resistance and discomfort requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing them as signals to stop, view them as signs that you are on the right path. Resistance often indicates that you are doing something meaningful, something that matters to you. Discomfort is a sign of growth, evidence that you are pushing your boundaries and evolving. When you reframe these experiences in this way, they become less intimidating and more empowering. You begin to see them not as threats, but as opportunities to prove your strength and commitment. One practical way to face resistance and discomfort is to break challenges into smaller, manageable steps. Often, the enormity of a goal can feel overwhelming, triggering resistance. By dividing a task into smaller actions, you reduce its intimidation factor and build momentum. Each small step you take is a victory over resistance, a demonstration of your discipline and determination. Over time, these small wins compound, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Another strategy is to focus on the long-term benefits rather than the immediate discomfort. Discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of pushing through it are lasting. For example, the discomfort of studying for an exam is fleeting, but the knowledge and opportunities gained from success endure. Similarly, the resistance you feel when starting a new habit, whether it's exercising, meditating, or saving money, fades with time, while the benefits grow exponentially. Keeping your eyes on the bigger picture can help you stay motivated during moments of struggle. It is also crucial to cultivate self-compassion during these moments. Facing resistance and discomfort is not about being perfect or never faltering. It is about showing up, even when it's hard, and giving your best effort. There will be times when resistance feels overwhelming and discomfort feels unbearable. In those moments, it is okay to pause, reflect, and regroup. What matters is that you don't give up. Self-discipline is not about never falling, it is about always getting back up. Over time, as you repeatedly face resistance and discomfort, you build resilience. What once felt insurmountable becomes manageable, even routine. Your capacity to endure and overcome challenges grows, and you develop a sense of inner strength that carries over into all areas of your life. This resilience becomes a cornerstone of your self-discipline, enabling you to tackle increasingly ambitious goals with confidence and determination. Ultimately, resistance and discomfort are not adversaries, they are allies in disguise. They test your resolve, sharpen your focus, and prepare you for the rewards that lie on the other side of effort. By embracing these challenges with courage and determination, you unlock your potential and discover what you are truly capable of achieving. Resistance and discomfort are not the end of the road, they are the beginning of transformation. Progress in life, whether personal or professional, is rarely a straight line. It is a journey marked by highs and lows, successes and failures, breakthroughs and setbacks. Among these, setbacks can often feel like insurmountable obstacles. Setbacks come in many forms: a missed opportunity, a failed attempt, an unforeseen challenge, or even a loss of motivation. They can trigger feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and disappointment. These emotions are natural, but they are not permanent. The first step in dealing with setbacks is acknowledging their existence without judgment. Setbacks are not personal failings, they are simply part of the human experience. Everyone encounters them, and they do not define your worth or potential. When faced with a setback, it is crucial to reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as feedback. Each setback provides valuable information about what didn't work and what needs to change. This mindset shift transforms setbacks from discouraging events into opportunities for learning and growth. For example, if a project at work doesn't go as planned, instead of dwelling on the outcome, analyze what went wrong. Were there gaps in preparation? Could communication have been better? By identifying the lessons hidden within the setback, you equip yourself to approach future challenges with greater clarity and effectiveness. Resilience is the quality that enables you to bounce back from setbacks. It is not about avoiding adversity, but about navigating it with strength and determination. Resilience begins with self-awareness, understanding your emotions, acknowledging your struggles, and recognizing your capacity to overcome them. It also involves cultivating a sense of purpose. When you are deeply connected to your goals and values, setbacks become less intimidating because you see them as temporary detours rather than dead ends. Your purpose acts as a guiding light, helping you stay focused on the bigger picture even when the path becomes difficult. Persistence, on the other hand, is the sustained effort to keep moving forward despite obstacles. While resilience helps you recover, persistence keeps you striving. It is the willingness to try again, to adapt, and to persevere. Persistence requires discipline, the ability to take consistent action even when progress feels slow or uncertain. It is about showing up every day, putting in the effort, and trusting that your commitment will eventually yield results. One of the most effective ways to build persistence is to break your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Setbacks often feel overwhelming because they can make the ultimate goal seem unattainable. By focusing on one step at a time, you reduce the sense of intimidation and build momentum. Each small victory reinforces your belief in your ability to overcome challenges, creating a positive feedback loop that fuels further persistence. Another key to navigating setbacks is developing a growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. A growth mindset encourages you to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. It fosters curiosity, creativity, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. When you approach setbacks with a growth mindset, you are more likely to experiment with new strategies, seek feedback, and adapt your approach. This flexibility is essential for overcoming obstacles and achieving long-term success. It is also important to practice self-compassion during difficult times. Setbacks can trigger harsh self-criticism, leading to feelings of inadequacy or defeat. However, self-compassion reminds you that it is okay to struggle and that failure is not a reflection of your worth. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a friend facing similar challenges. Self-compassion not only alleviates emotional distress, but also strengthens your resilience by fostering a sense of self-worth and inner calm. Support from others can also play a vital role in overcoming setbacks. Share your struggles with trusted friends, family, or mentors. Their encouragement, perspective, and advice can provide much-needed clarity and motivation. Additionally, surrounding yourself with people who believe in your potential can reinforce your own belief in your ability to succeed. Setbacks are not just challenges to endure, they are opportunities to redefine your path and strengthen your character. Each setback is a chance to test your resilience, refine your strategies, and reaffirm your commitment to your goals. It is in the face of adversity that you discover your true strength and capacity for growth. Setbacks force you to dig deeper, to tap into reserves of courage and determination you may not have known you possessed. In the end, setbacks are a vital part of any meaningful journey. They teach you patience, humility, and adaptability. They remind you that progress is not about perfection, but about persistence. By embracing setbacks with resilience and persistence, you transform them from roadblocks into stepping stones. You learn to trust the process, to celebrate small victories, and to keep moving forward, knowing that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate destination. The importance of aligning discipline with a sense of purpose cannot be overstated. Discipline, in its truest form, is not simply about forcing yourself to adhere to rigid routines or follow rules for their own sake. Instead, discipline becomes meaningful and sustainable when it is tied to a greater purpose, something that deeply resonates with your values, aspirations, and vision for your life. Purpose gives discipline its direction, ensuring that your efforts are not only consistent, but also intentional and fulfilling. Without purpose, discipline risks becoming hollow, an exercise in endurance with no clear end in sight. With purpose, however, discipline transforms into a powerful tool for achieving meaningful and lasting growth. Purpose provides clarity, and clarity is essential for effective discipline. Many people struggle with self-discipline, not because they lack the ability to stay committed, but because they are unsure of what they are committing to. They set goals that are vague, externally imposed, or disconnected from what truly matters to them. This lack of alignment leads to a sense of aimlessness, making it difficult to muster the motivation and focus required to stay disciplined. When you take the time to reflect on your values and identify your purpose, you create a clear and compelling vision of what you are working toward. This vision acts as a guiding star, illuminating the path ahead and giving your discipline a sense of direction and urgency. Purpose also serves as a source of motivation, particularly during challenging times. Discipline often requires you to make sacrifices, endure discomfort, and push through moments of doubt or fatigue. Without a strong sense of purpose, these challenges can feel insurmountable, leading to frustration and burnout. However, when you are deeply connected to your purpose, you gain access to a wellspring of intrinsic motivation. Purpose reminds you why you started in the first place and why the effort is worth it. It shifts your focus from the immediate struggle to the long-term rewards, helping you stay committed even when the journey is difficult. Another crucial role of purpose is that it acts as a filter for your decisions and priorities. In a world full of distractions and competing demands, it is easy to become overwhelmed or sidetracked. Purpose helps you cut through the noise by clarifying what truly matters. When you are clear on your purpose, you can evaluate opportunities, habits, and choices through the lens of whether they align with your larger goals. This focus enables you to channel your discipline effectively, ensuring that your energy and efforts are directed toward activities that contribute to your growth and fulfillment. Purpose also fosters resilience, an essential quality for sustaining discipline over time. The path to any meaningful goal is rarely smooth or straightforward. Setbacks, obstacles, and unexpected challenges are inevitable. In these moments, it is your sense of purpose that provides the strength to persevere. Purpose gives meaning to the struggle, framing it as a necessary part of the journey rather than a reason to quit. When you are anchored in purpose, you are better equipped to view difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Aligning discipline with purpose creates a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond the achievement of specific goals. Discipline, when disconnected from purpose, can sometimes feel like a chore, a relentless pursuit of productivity or perfection that leaves little room for joy or satisfaction. However, when your discipline is guided by purpose, every step you take becomes meaningful. Even the small, seemingly mundane tasks become infused with a sense of significance because they are part of something larger. This sense of fulfillment sustains your commitment and makes the process itself rewarding, not just the outcome. Purpose-driven discipline also has a ripple effect on other areas of your life. When you align your actions with your values, you create a sense of coherence and integrity that strengthens your self-esteem and confidence. You begin to trust yourself more, knowing that your efforts are consistent with who you want to be. This alignment also inspires others, as people are naturally drawn to those who live with purpose and intention. Your commitment to a purposeful life can serve as a powerful example, encouraging those around you to reflect on their own values and goals. It is important to recognize that discovering your purpose is not always a straightforward process. Purpose is not something you find overnight. It is something you uncover through exploration, reflection, and experimentation. It may evolve over time as you gain new experiences and insights. The key is to remain open and curious, asking yourself meaningful questions. What do I care about deeply? What impact do I want to have? What brings me a sense of fulfillment and joy? The answers to these questions provide the foundation for a purpose-driven life. Once you have a sense of your purpose, the next step is to align your habits, routines, and actions with it. This alignment is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the mechanism that transforms purpose from an abstract concept into concrete reality. It is the daily practice of living in accordance with your values and taking consistent steps toward your goals. While purpose provides the why, discipline provides the how. Together, they create a powerful synergy that enables you to make meaningful progress and live a life of intention. Aligning discipline with purpose is about creating a life that reflects what you truly value and aspire to. It is about living with intention, making choices that resonate with your deepest convictions, and staying committed to the path you have chosen. Purpose gives your discipline meaning, and discipline gives your purpose momentum. Together, they form the foundation of a life well lived, a life marked by growth, fulfillment, and the pursuit of what truly matters. Thank you.